It happened May 15, 1867. A group of fishermen set out to sea in their boat, as usual, in search of a good catch. They did not expect that this day would be the most memorable in their lives. After several hours at sea, they noticed something strange in the distance. As they approached, they realized that it was a ship. It looked very familiar. The fishermen decided to look aboard to see what was happening there. When they boarded, they found that the ship was empty. All furniture and equipment were in place, but no one was in sight. The fishermen began to look around and noticed that there was a strange smell in the air, reminiscent of the smell of sulfur and fish. Suddenly, strange things began to happen on the ship. The doors closed and opened by themselves, objects moved for no apparent reason, and someone or something rustled in the dark. The fishermen felt fear, but continued to explore the ship. Suddenly they stumbled upon the captain's cabin. All the things in it were scattered. Only a chest stood neatly on the table. The fishermen approached him, and froze in bewilderment. They could not believe what was happening. There was a magazine in the chest, which indicated that on May 16, 1867, the bodies of 4 fishermen were found in the sea. There were also photographs of the shipwreck. After some time, they realized what had happened, but could not believe it. The fishermen tremblingly leafed through the pages of the captain's journal, where there were details about the fate of the dead fishermen. The records mention the date, May 16, 1867, and the location of the accident, which matched the current location of the ship. The next pages of the magazine revealed the tragic story of the wreck of the ship. The fishermen realized that they themselves were the unfortunate fishermen about whom the captain wrote. Fear and misunderstanding seized them. In the photo that lay in the captain's chest, the sailors themselves were depicted. How could they be alive and ghosts at the same time? Why were they here, on this accursed ship that became their grave? The smell of sulfur intensified. The incomprehensible sounds that the sailors heard became closer. It became clear to the fishermen that they needed to get out of the ship. They ran out into the corridor, but there they were already waiting. These were 4 semi-transparent silhouettes of people. The light passed weakly through them. They were rapidly approaching, and there was no chance of escaping them, no chance. Suddenly one of the ghosts started screaming. He was shouting out some numbers. 45.72.68. The guys ran as fast as they could, but the ghosts did not lag behind. Frightened, exhausted, the sailors still managed to get out of the ship. When they sailed to a safe distance, one of the sailors accidentally glanced at a map that lay nearby. The fishermen realized that the numbers that the ghost was shouting turned out to be coordinates. Later, it turned out that ships were sinking at this place every year at the same time. Why this did not happen, and precisely in this, 1867, is not known for certain. But they say that this year was the only year when a ship nearby survived. And now, ships in this place are still sinking.